Try to envision this. When I was 11 years old, I had my Xbox 360, but the only games I had at that time were Lego Batman and Pure. It was getting pretty boring at times, but then an ad appeared on the Xbox dashboard. Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. I clicked it since I was pretty confused. Minecraft is only out on PC, I told myself, and it brought me to this trailer. I was so excited, I couldn't contain myself. I was literally shaking with joy. Minecraft was my favorite game at that time. Played it on PC a couple of times and had tons of fun creating digs out of blocks. I watched the trailer a dozen of times because I was so excited. Finally, I can play Minecraft again, I thought. Since it will come later that year, I was stuck playing Lego Batman. I was sad that I had to wait to play my favorite game. So one day, out of sheer boredom, I went into the Microsoft Store and found a new section of games. And that section was called Community Games. I went through the popular tab with multiple Bubba's games and I found out a hidden gem. That gem was Total Miner, that looked a lot like Minecraft, and it only cost 240 Microsoft points. It was a bargain. Minecraft on PC costed 7 times as much as Total Miner. I told my brothers about it. They were as curious as me to try this game, and then we bought it. We downloaded the game and launched it, and we were greeted with this. Just looking at this main menu and listening to this song makes me nostalgic. There weren't a lot of options in the menu, so we straight up clicked on play and we started a new world. But there was no survival, only dig deep and creative. We were confused. Where's survival? We kept repeating to each other. We didn't know that dig deep was the survival mode for Total Miner. So we scratched our head and we started it in dig deep, and as soon as we load in, we already saw 2 new features that weren't in Minecraft. The shops and the blueprints. This game had an entire economy system based around gold pieces. You started with 1000 gold pieces and you could only buy unlocked items. We were confused as to why all the other items were locked, but we quickly found out that there were blueprints scattered around the world containing recipes of the items we needed to unlock. If we collect that blueprint, the item will get unlocked in the shop, my brother said to me. So, we already found out what we had to do to complete the game. We just needed to collect all the blueprints. It wasn't like Minecraft where you had to beat the boss in the end. We just collect stuff. Cool, but it's going to be impossible to collect all the blueprints without knowing where they are, my brother said to me. Look at that arrow. Maybe pointing to other blueprints. Let me see if I can join too. Because in this game, there was a giant arrow pointing to the closest blueprint. So I took my controller and pressed start. We were playing split screen. An indie game with split screen up to 4 players. It was amazing being able to play with your siblings and friends on the same console. So I joined in, I faced a tree, and I couldn't punch it. There was no hand. It was straight. Minecraft usually you fist to that a tree to get wood. So I switched to the pickaxe that I started with, and I cut a piece of the tree. Tree hugger unlocked! This is so cool! We can unlock skins! My brother said to me. And yes, this game had multiple skins to choose from. But you had to unlock them first. There were 30 or more skins to unlock, everyone with different unlocking methods. And it was amazing. Some unlockables were harder to get, so they were more rare, and that made them unique. If you saw someone with a robotic or a Zeus unlockable, you would shut your pants. The people that had those unlockables were treated like they were celebrities. Anyway, I'll get to the multiplayer in a bit. We scrolled through the unlockable list and we chose the one that we liked. And so, the hunt for the blueprints has begun. We collected a shit ton of blueprints on the surface, but also found strange pieces of paper.
The ultimate dragon is within you.
Yeah. There are like 49 of these pieces of paper, and all of them have something different written on it. I didn't know English that well at that time, so I couldn't be bothered collecting those pieces of toilet paper. My brother was as well. So once we collected the last blueprint on the surface, the arrow was pointing down inside some cave. We had to find all the blueprints scattered around caves, and it was a hard challenge. We went inside a big hole and this song started playing. We were scared shitless. This song is so melancholy. Most of the songs in this game fitted so well with its ambience. They were like peanut butter and jelly. Here, take a quick listen. These are the pre-1.8 soundtrack of the game. I've posted in the description the link to the playlist of all the pre-1.8 soundtrack of the game. You can also listen to the newer soundtrack of the game, also in the description. As I said before, we were scared shitless. We didn't know what we could find. No mobs were present on the surface, so it felt pretty lonely at times. We didn't know if a monster could have appeared out of nowhere and jump scared us. So pretty cautiously, we went further deep in the cave and saw this. The sound they made was so loud and so scary that we jumped out of our seats and we quickly went to the Xbox dashboard. Trust me, seeing that thing when you're 11 makes you shit bricks. After a bit had passed, we took courage and we started the game again. We didn't save last time because, you know. But fortunately, the game had an autosave feature and our progress was saved. We loaded the autosave state and we were outside of that hole in the ground. "We gotta prepare for the spiders," I said to my brother. And so, we crafted swords, shields and spears just to kill those things. We destroyed them, and further deep in the cave, there was a spider egg. That block spawned spiders constantly. We couldn't break it with our good pickaxe, so we straight up went deep in the cave because more spiders would have spawned and we didn't want to deal with them. So we collected more blueprints inside that cave and went a lot deeper. On the wood, there was a depth meter and it told you how many blocks you were deep. We were like 700 blocks deep and suddenly the screen started shaking. All the blocks seemed to be moving. "An earthquake!" my brother screamed. Blocks were falling down our heads, damaging us. We didn't know what to do. We got stuck and we couldn't break the blocks around us with our wooden pickaxe. Then the earthquake stopped. We were stuck. "What do we do now?" I told my brother, and he started staring at me for a bit. And he didn't know. He tried making a stone pickaxe, but there was no stone pickaxe in the game. We were definitely stuck. We tried reloading the world to see if we were still stuck, and we were. So we started looking everywhere on the pause menu and we found escape to the surface. We both clicked it and we were on the surface. Our stuff was missing because it was dropped inside the cave. So we got some iron tools and we went back into the cave. We got our stuff back and we realized that we had obsidian. In this game you started with 2 obsidian blocks. "Can we make another pot on this game?" my brother said. And so we placed the obsidian down. Another portal was created. "Already? Doesn't it need 10 blocks at least?" my brother said. We were both confused. So we jumped on top of the obsidian and a sound started playing. But nothing happened. We were even more confused. I placed one more block down and tried it again. It teleported me to the other block. "Oh, they are linked," I said. And so we found out that obsidian blocks are teleporters. You place one down on the surface and one in a cave, and you could have teleported back into the cave or back to the surface. It was a genius feature that we both thought was pretty cool. So we placed one on the surface, we placed one on 700, and we went further down, getting all the blueprints in that cave. It was so much fun that we played Total Miner for the entirety of that day. The next day we played it again, and we collected more blueprints. We made our houses, and we got a shit ton of gold pieces by selling ores and other stuff. But then we found a blueprint for our recipe. Blueprint C4. We unlocked a C4. So what did we do? We instantly bought it and placed it far away from our houses. But we didn't know how to blow it up. There was no redstone or flint and steel. So we randomly placed a torch on top of the C4 and it blew up, killing me and my brother in the process. We got our stuff back, but now there is a huge hole. Why don't we use C4s to make a huge deep hole so we can collect all the blueprints easily? And I was in. Bought 2 stacks of C4s with our legit money. We didn't dupe it, okay? And we started blasting. We made a huge hole. It was so deep that if we fell in, we could have died. So my brother bought ropes, because in this game there was a rope to help you get down quickly. He placed it, but he fell down in the hole. He was falling for forever, and when he touched the floor, he didn't die. He only lost like 10 or 15% of his health. There was no fall damage, only a tad bit, so we used that in our favor to get to the bottom of the world and collect the remaining blueprints. So I went down as well, and there was hell, spiders everywhere, and lava pools. It was terrifying, but we had good gear, so we smashed those spiders and collected the missing blueprints. But the last blueprint was hard to get. It was inside this ominous bedrock tower, with turrets on its side shooting us arrows. We died at least a dozen times just to get this blueprint, and when we finally got it, we unlocked the last item. That item was the grenade launcher. Yes, you heard me right, in this game there was a grenade launcher. So we got ourselves one and we started blasting the spiders on the bottom of the world. And suddenly, one of them dropped an item. Sledgehammer. We didn't know what it was. There was no blueprint about it, and you couldn't buy it in the shop. So we used it against a spider, thinking it was like a weapon. But we did only 1 damage to them. So we tried it with blocks and it instantly broke them. We tried it with bedrock, but to no avail. Anyway, this item was OP. We clearly finished the game. All the blueprints were collected, and the arrow was gone. We had the best items. We were happy that we finished the game. But what do we do now? My brother asked me, and I got an idea. We disabled the autosave. We saved the wood, and we got tons of stacks of C4s. We placed them around our world, and we blew it all up as an ending to our Dig Deep world. We had tons of fun messing around in Dig Deep, but since we finished the game, we went into the menu and joined someone else's world. It was a creative world. We thought we could join and have fun building stuff, but once we joined it, we couldn't build, we couldn't fly. There were signs placed around the spawn, and all of them said, "Red 5, please." We were pretty confused. We followed the colorway path, and there was a huge wall with multiple signs. Parkour easy, parkour normal. All the signs were pointing to different courses. We were inside a challenge world, a world based around parkours and challenges, like trivia and find the code. It was so much fun. This was our first experience with multiplayer, but it was amazing. Parkour was so much fun in this game. The fact that you could double jump made it so fun. And the best part is, almost every world online was a challenge map. And when someone had 300 raids, everyone was inside that world. And when I say everyone, I mean 24 players, because that was the limit. How did you get the raids in the game? Well, when you make a world and people join, when they leave, they are asked to raid the world. Of course, there were some that exploited that and made it that you were stuck at spawn, and if you wanted to get out, you needed to raid 5. But overall, people were trying hard to get raids, to unlock the King or Golden Knight. The best part was finding worlds that had so much care put in and so much detail that it was like a different experience. And the updates made the multiplayer experience better. With the addition of scripts, People had more possibilities to make original maps. Hunger system, movable blocks, puzzles, spells. You could make it all. Your imagination was your limit, and that was the best part of the game. So you're probably wondering, where is this game now? And I got some good news to tell you. This game is out on Steam for PC. It only costs like $3 and the game is still active. Not like the old days, of course, but many are waiting for the multiplayer update, and that's coming soon. I can't wait to join some death mines and get my ass whooped. If you want to get updated on the state of the game or just to get in touch with the community, consider joining in the official Discord server. People chat, discuss, and suggest new ideas. Also, there are many giveaways, like for example this one, where 6 people got the game for free. In the end, I met so many friends thanks to Total Miner, not only English folks, but many from other countries like Italy or France. The game was so popular around the world that you could have played with someone from Japan. So, if you like this video, consider clicking the like button. It helps a lot. Also, comment, I want to know your stories as well. It might be a fun read. Anyway, see ya.